Yeah, this is what I get. I forgot how we open up the podcast because I haven't been here for the past like 3 episodes. Oops.
Yeah, you did a little bit of an oopsie poopsie, and
Well, in
it,
my defense, A, I don't get paid for this, and B, I gave you a heads up. So,
I mean, hey, I just assumed that it would be because of the wonderful, definitely spot on voiceover that I did because you lost your audio.
I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something along the lines of, "Hey, Starfield," stuff like that. Would have been funny if that was your entire just the word Starfield over and over again. Starfield. Which, by the way, of course, we're talking about Starfield today too.
Yeah,
But
we are.
I just want to let you know real quick.
Not,
your mic is like super peaking. It's like the gain's like cranked or something.
no, it's not peaking on this end.
Okay. Did I have you turned up to 200%?
You probably do.
Okay, yeah. Your mic is just really loud.
Okay, I'll back it up then.
Time. Yeah. Now we're good. We'll keep this in. This is what it's like, recording a podcast. You get to behind the scenes experience this episode. Hey, your microphone might be a little too loud, but yeah, no, I don't know where the hell Kyle went though.
It's all over now.
Kyle and I swapped places. He's going to be the one gone for the next 3 episodes.
Probably so. All right. But let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Joystick Junkies podcast. My name is Kalyb. I'm the editor-in-chief of AnExtraordinaryLife.online, and Ryan is finally back.
Hi, I'm Ryan, or Release Radar on YouTube, and I just want to bring us into our first topic today. So, I recently got my hands on an Asus ROG Ally. I have been having a lot of fun with it. I was playing Assassin's Creed Origins on it last night, and the game runs so much better than it does on the Steam Deck just because, the device is more powerful than the Steam Deck. But apparently, and I've been seeing this on the ROG subreddit, there's a lot of people having issues with micro SD cards overheating and causing, it destroys the little SD card slot on the ROG Ally, rendering both your micro SD card and the Ally kind of useless. So this is a first wave of a new generation of products. Really, this is the first time other than Valve that a big player has come into the ring of handheld PC gaming devices. Of course, GPD Win has been in the ring for a while, same with Aya Neo, but this is the first time a big PC component manufacturer, unlike Valve, they don't really do PC hardware. They do accessories like the Steam Deck and their VR headsets and stuff. But this is the first time a company like Asus or MSI or whatever else came out with a device like this, and it's having problems. But the Steam Deck also had problems at launch, but those problems were patched.
And those problems, to be fair, those problems didn't render the entire thing useless.
Yeah, I mean, some of them did, but at the same time, this seems to be on a much larger scale. And I don't know what the percentage of ROG Ally users who experience this issue is, but I don't know if it's maybe 10%, which is unacceptable for a product launch. But I don't know, and I can send Kalyb an image for him to put up and post if this happens between when the episode's recorded and then when it goes live. But I don't know if they've I don't know if they've addressed the problem, and I don't know if there's a recall or any promise from Asus to replace. And the issue is starting to grow, and I might cover it on my YouTube channel to talk about it and maybe just stir the pot a little bit. But what happens if you're using a non-Asus, a third-party micro SD card, and it burns the ROG Ally? Because I recall seeing a post saying, well, Asus says, tough luck, you should have used our proprietary micro SD card.
Well, I can say this. Asus, just even beyond the Ally, Asus is going through a very bad transition with first their motherboards frying AMD CPUs.
The 7000 X3Ds.
Yeah, and people were like, oh, well, it's because you're not cooling them properly. But they've even found that the overcurrent protections aren't great on them. Like they're having failures there, they're having failures on a lot of different things, and so it doesn't quite shock me that the their official response is, well, you should have used the proprietary stuff. Ho, ho, ho.
Like, and my counter to that is a micro SD card's a micro SD card. What technology can the Asus one have in it preventing it from burning the ROG Ally, that one from ScanDisk, a company that only pretty much makes storage, wouldn't have? Like, and the same micro SD card, I took it out of my Steam Deck because the Steam Deck is not my primary handheld gaming device anymore. Of course, I'm hanging on to it still. I'm still going to do benchmarks with it because that's where I found my niche on YouTube. So the Steam Deck content's not going anywhere, but the ROG Ally is just being brought into the circle. But personally, I have an Asus motherboard and an Asus ROG Ally, and I'm not having these problems. I'm knocking on wood while saying this, but I'm not having these problems that these other consumers are. So I don't know. And I was playing Assassin's Creed Origins last night for like an hour before I fell asleep, and that's running off of the micro SD card, and it's fine. So there's a whole thread about people complaining about it, but within that thread, there's people saying that, well, I don't have this problem. I don't have this. I've been using it heavily since launch. I haven't had this problem. So I don't know how big the problem is, but like, do you think, Kalyb, that this could render a class action lawsuit if, the product promises to have a functioning micro SD card slot, and micro SD technology isn't so crazy that the Asus one could have something that the ScanDisk one wouldn't? Like, do you think this could cause a class action lawsuit if enough units are damaged because of a design oversight?
I think it could if it gets to the point of them not going to their warranty. So if their warranty isn't covering manufacturing errors like that, then I could see that causing, a big hoopla in the legal areas. Hoopla. But if they just actually honor it as part of the warranty, then I don't see that being an issue. But this is also the company that released a prototype BIOS for their motherboards that supposedly helped their overcurrent protection, and that by using the prototype BIOS, because it was in beta, you just completely killed the warranty on your board. So like, you never know. But that's also not the only thing going wrong with the Ally now. According to Gamers Nexus, the most recent BIOS update, which wasn't exactly optional, decreased performance in a lot of games by 20%.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the whole BIOS update thing that's going on with the ROG Ally, because I put out a video benchmarking 20 different games. It's like 2.5 hours long. It's got like 30-something thousand views, and a lot of the comments are like, hey, what BIOS is this? What BIOS is this? And I'm just like, well, the BIOS updated and changed like 5 different times while I was recording the video, and it's changed since recording the video. So I put a disclaimer in the description saying just that. And it's annoying because I spent like a week working on a 2.5 hour long video benchmarking 20 different games. And because the BIOS is updating so frequently and there's such drastic performance differences, is that video even going to be relevant in 6 months? Like, I understand products get updates and graphics card they get driver updates and such, but like, it's never that big of a difference, like to where people are asking about what BIOS is this. If you go on YouTube and look at a 4090 benchmark from launch, you'll probably get pretty similar results depending on your hardware compared to the reviewer's hardware. But with the ROG Ally, I've noticed personally, some of the games that I played, like Assassin's Creed Origins, recently started to run at like 10 less FPS on average. And I'm like, well, the settings are the same, the resolution's the same, the device isn't overheating. I am confused.
Well, and see, that's why I was giving the recommendation of doing updated benchmarks for all of these for the graphics cards with each BIOS or driver revision, because it could just completely change the performance. Because look at Intel's A750 and
Yeah.
Jay's 2 cents in his review of the 4060. He said that the A750 over the course of from launch until now, it's night and day a completely different card just by driver updates.
Yeah, my counter to that, and I think we've discussed this, is that with the Arc GPU specifically, it was not launched on a stable BIOS. So it's not really a surprise to me that they got the hardware out and then tinkered on the software side. And the only people who would buy a first generation graphics card from a company like Intel are enthusiasts who expect some sort of issues to come along with it, right? Same with the ROG Ally. Like, I didn't buy this thing expecting it to work flawlessly. Now, that would have been nice, but that's usually not how these first generation products go. Like the first iPhone, the first iPad, this new Apple Vision thing's probably going to have problems with it because it's Apple, and every single first generation product, even if your Apple, has some problems that you'll iron out and perfect by the third or fourth generation.
Yeah,
but
even Linus, whenever they were talking about it on the WAN show, they've said that especially Apple, that first generation, because look at the Apple Watch, for instance. I apparently don't have mine on, but look at the Apple Watch, for instance. The very first Apple Watch is known as the Series 0. It was a public beta test that they charged for, and they stopped supporting it, and then the very next one was the Series 1. You know?
Yeah.
So this could be something similar.
Yeah, and like, the difference between the Arc GPU and NVIDIA's graphics card is that, for the most part, NVIDIA GPUs release on a very stable driver, and there's not going to be like a 30% performance delta between launch and a year after launch. And also, that's one reason why I don't really feel like doing re-benchmarks with every single BIOS update or driver update. And then the other reason is...
maybe not every single one, but at least like once a year, maybe.
But the only people that would really care are more enthusiast driven. And I can see the YouTube channels that people who watch my videos also watch and are also subscribed to. And they're not like Gamers Nexus. It's more like Linus Tech Tips. And while Linus Tech Tips is sometimes get into the very specific parts of tech, they generally have a more casual audience. You know, people like me, you, and Kyle, I would consider us more enthusiasts on the side of computer tech. But a lot of people who watch LTT, I mean, they have like 16 million subscribers. Not every single person is going to be an enthusiast to the level that we are, which is why I don't really find it to be worth my time to go and re-review a GPU a year later. Because a year later, I'd rather just review the next one.
Makes sense.
If I can get my hands on it, that is. Who knows how much the 5090 is going to be? Good God.
Oh, God.
Like, how much did the price increase between the 3090 and the 4090? I think the 3090 at launch was $1,500, and then the 4090 was $2,000. So if that trend of a $500 increase continues, are we going to be dropping $2,500 for the 5090?
Yeah, there's no real there's no way to really tell. But I mean, the only reason why I was suggesting it is, you know, markets change. So like, who knows, maybe like the A750 rather, if people want to buy the A750 or the A770 2 years from now, how much has it changed since launch? Because all of your reviewers are going to just focus on it at launch.
Well, so what I could do is maybe make a video series like, is it worth buying a used X GPU in X year, right? So is it worth buying a used GTX 970 in 2023? Let's find out. Like,
yeah,
that'd be a cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
okay,
where
I'm not opposed to that.
Where you
I'd
take
have to build
older
a test
hardware.
bench, though.
Yeah, where you take older hardware and you're like, hey, does this make sense to even purchase now? Because over the years, it's gotten so many updates, and you can break down, because NVIDIA their drivers only support certain cards for so long, right? So if they're, let's say you do a 970, you download the latest driver that card supports, and then you're like, hey, so this is the last driver this card will ever have. It is extremely stable. You won't get any warranty. You won't get this. You won't get that. The hardware is probably close to the end of its life cycle. All of that stuff. I think it could definitely. I think it's beneficial for I'm trying to get into PC gaming, but I don't want to spend a ton market. So it's a good niche.
Yeah, no, that would be cool because, I've been trying to, like, as a YouTuber, you're competing with every other YouTuber on the platform, right? And I'm more specifically a tech creator, which means I'm competing with Gamers Nexus, Paul's Hardware, Linus Tech Tips, UFD Tech,
Jay's
2 Cents, like all these different big tech creators, and I'm competing with them for their time. And the problem is keeping up with LTT is impossible, but also LTT only really reviews the latest and greatest things or things that Linus buys that he wants to be a tax write-off. So, like, I mean, that's not wrong, right?
You were far
I
from
need
wrong.
to figure out the logistics of that, because if I can make my ROG Ally and Steam Deck like tax write, that would be pretty nice.
You have to legitimize it. You have to make it a business, not a hobby.
Yeah, no, that's true. But hey, maybe
because we've
day.
actually before we transitioned into video, we've actually talked about doing that for just the print publication, but
like for the website upkeep stuff.
Yeah, but
yeah,
you have to make a certain amount back, and we've never really made that back.
Yeah.
So it would show a constant loss. Like, there's so much you have to do, right? So you have to, I don't know how it is in Texas, but in Louisiana, you have to have a business account. You have to spend that money on the stuff. So if you have 2 accounts, one business, one personal, you have to transfer it as income to the business, spend it, and then it shows a constant loss year over year, and the state will start recommending that you shut down if you don't show a growth. So it's
Yeah, well, I know in Texas it's a lot. I don't know the specific laws, but I know it's a lot less, like, I guess, anal, for the lack of a better term, because a lot of big YouTubers and creators are moving to Texas because our tax laws are a lot better than most states.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of YouTubers joining the absolute barrage of people moving from California to Texas because they're getting out of LA, because LA is so expensive, and they're coming here, and now they're making here so expensive. It's great. But
gentrify.
No, here's the trick. We'll let all of them move to Texas, make Texas the new LA, and then we can go to the beautiful coastal state that's not 120 degrees every summer. They can burn.
Right.
The good old switcheroo. We'll get the pretty state.
Speaking of which, did you see, I'm not sure if you're big into gun tubers. Did you see that No, Brandon Herrera
he testified against the
ATF. But no, Demolition Ranch bought an abandoned resort.
Yes, dude, I loved the renovation rant series with the abandoned mansion or whatever. And by the way, Kyle messaged the group chat and said he's going to hit the restroom and join us.
Yeah.
So I know we're kind of in the middle of a conversation right now, but do you want to stop the recording here and then come back with Kyle?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay, yeah, we'll be back with the man, the myth, the legend, who is 50 minutes late. So we'll see you guys in a second.
Hello, everyone. So, weird thing happened when I was cutting this episode together. Found out that my audio from the second half of this episode is missing. So, we do apologize for that. And the second half of the episode is going to kind of be messed up. But we are taking steps to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And we hope you enjoy what we have.
No.
What if we just don't clap? What if we all just go 3, 2, 1? Ah. It's like the puffer fish, you know. Oh.
Kalyb can just enjoy getting it all set up.
Okay, 3, 2. Ow! I hit my microphone. 1. There we
It
go.
picked it up that time.
All right, welcome, Kyle. It took you like an hour and 4 minutes to get here, but it's nice to have you on the show.
Sorry, I'm on medication and it fucked me up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, they weren't. Yes, they were.
All right, so something I. Yes.
Oh, the Guadalupe River. I was watching all the videos. Yeah,
Not me.
do it.
Uh-oh. Secret
Debatable.
topic. Secret topic. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know who that is. That's why. Ew, mobile game. Gross. I want to be in Red Dead Redemption.
I 3D printed a slug. with Dwayne's face on it.
What does that have to do with any... What creator do you want to say? I 3D printed a slug.
Sorry.
Oh, man. No, but I think it would be cool to see, like, Brendan Herrera in, like, Call of Duty or Battlefield. Because he's a gun... Or... Ready or Not. It would be cool to see him in Ready or Not. You know, the more tactical... No, Grantham. Grantham in Ready or Not would be cool.
Administrative rights. Yeah, results. Sorry. I'm tired. I literally woke up
Welcome to the land of the
15
living.
minutes ago. I want to die.
Oh.
I'm going... Fuck you guys, I'm going back to bed.
He's playing with a slug.
A collaboration. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. Don't really think too much about it. Greg.
Mark Zuckerberg. Weird rover. What? I didn't hear this part.
What the fuck? I thought this was a gaming podcast.
I thought that those were just memes. I didn't realize this was a thing that's actually like semi-unironic. Like what?
Guess. I guess you're gonna say it's meta.
Yeah. Do you think Mark Zuckerberg will be the meta in the fight? Well, and then at the same time, Elon Musk, love him or hate him, he's kind of built like a, I don't even know, a
Sack of
dolphin.
potatoes.
Well, yeah, that's right. His kid's name is like something like Zai12 or whatever.
It's X-Ash.
XS12.
Yeah.
That's a little excessive, if you ask me, but
Damn.
but no, I had no idea this was a thing that was like, because when you see memes like that, the internet has just conditioned me into believing, yeah, this is just dumb shit that popped up on TikTok overnight, like, and it's gonna be gone in 2 weeks. Like, I didn't think this was an actual thing that, like, have they discussed it with each other or?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so confused.
Damn.
Yeah, Billionaire Boxing was not on my 2023 bingo card. I'll say that much. Yes, the one-day revolution.
Yeah, let's go take Moscow. That's a good idea.
No, but like, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, this is not in the podcast topics, but I mentioned it while we were waiting for Kyle. There's a
Hi.
game that recently launched on Steam, and I would assume it's eventually going to go to console because it doesn't seem like it's very demanding, so it could probably run on last-gen and current-gen consoles. BattleBit Remastered. It came out, and it has just absolutely crushed Call of Duty and Battlefield, which is no surprise because the current Call of Duty. I think people are experiencing COD burnout because we've had a game every year for the past, 19 years? So it makes sense that people are a little burnt out on the franchise. And then Battlefield, while they don't launch annually, 2042 burned a lot of people's trust in the franchise at launch. And while it is better now, I will not go back because it should have launched better at launch, right? Like, it should have came out as a functioning product. And so I hate how consumers are just becoming complacent with they can launch a broken game. I'll wait for them to fix. No, don't buy the game if it's broken and wait. Just launch good game, please. And BattleBit is good game, and it's like $15, and there's no, There's no skill-based matchmaking. And the anti-cheat, I don't know if Kyle's seen this while playing before, but there's a page sometimes of just people getting banned, and it just keeps going, their anti-cheat works. They ban, hundreds of people a day. And it's just a huge middle finger to the AAA gaming industry that wants us to want their AAA shooter, but we want something more like the shooters on the Xbox 360, which is what BattleBit is.
I love that game.
It's so fun.
I love that game.
It's $15.
The ban waves alone make me feel like, I won't get queued up against the cheater.
Yeah.
Because it like Ryan said, it'll be a page.
It takes up half your screen of just
No, I've had it fully fill my screen before.
It's just user has been banned. User has been banned. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not on a super ultra
I'm
wide.
on an ultra-wide.
I'm on a 48-inch 4K TV.
Nick has a super
Monitor
ultra-wide, right?
TV. No. A while ago.
He's been on
I have the super ultra wide. It's in my closet.
He's been on a C2 OLED for a while.
No.
Can I have ultra-wide monitor?
No, I need to buy a mount, and it's going to go up above it.
That's going to be a heavy
And
mount.
yeah. No, Nick has one for his, but he just has a standard 21 by 9
yeah.
monitor up there.
Yeah, but BattleBit has just been a lot of fun.
Okay.
And it's just one of those games that a lot of people are curious, myself included, bless you, Kyle, that what do you think the standing power of this game will be? You know, once it's had its time in the spotlight, do you think it's still going to be super played and super popular, or do you think it's going to kind of fizzle out? Like, for example, PUBG, the Coaling, H1Z1 Battle Royale. Yeah, like, and now, well, this isn't a Battle Royale. That fad is finally starting to die.
I'm so happy that it's not a Battle Royale.
But, like,
all of my...
do you think BattleBit will stick around?
I think it will, because as people that might not know, it came from being on Roblox, one of the most played shooters in Roblox.
I did not know that.
To its own standalone game using, what is it, Unity, I think? I forget exactly which one it uses. But it went from what a lot of people see as a child's game to its own game, and God, I don't even know how many copies it's sold yet. All I know is I have 8 friends who've played it recently. If I go look at the actual people that own the game, if Steam would like to load, I have about 20 people who own the game.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a game like that in a while where I look at my friends list and, like, everybody has it. Like, the games that I can think of like that are, like, Portal, Half-Life, Gary's Mod, Halo, the Master Chief Collection's one of them, and now BattleBit. Like, everybody on my friends list owns BattleBit because it's $15 for a new popular game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Kalyb, you
really
should play
worth
it. It's
the price.
really good.
It's really good. It's a lot of fun.
It brings me like Battlefield 3 and 4 type of vibes whenever I play the game. And we haven't had a game like that in a while.
And I'm going to say something that might be perceived as controversial to, like, maybe if a game dev happens to be listening. But I don't think that games at the AAA space should be the same price overall. Because think about somebody who has $70 and they can only really afford to maybe buy 1 or 2 games a year, right? Why would they spend that $70 on a game with a short, sweet 6-hour campaign, and that's all the experience you can have with very little replay value, when they could spend that $70 on Red Dead Redemption 2 instead? Or on a game that's more of a sandbox, like maybe Halo instead? Why would you drop $70 on a game that is not really as content heavy as another game, right? So instead of that shorter AAA game being $70, why can't that one be like $40? I don't understand why all AAA games have to be the same price when they don't have the same level of content and quality applied to them. Like,
let's just loop back to BattleBit. I pulled up their early access launch document, and at launch for the $15 price tag, you're getting 39 weapons to unlock. There's 254 player missions.
Like 128 versus 128 multiplayer.
Yeah, it's 128. You can do 64 v 64 and 32 v 32. There's 78 attachments across the board for the guns. What else? There's 7 ground vehicles, 2 water vehicles, and 4 air vehicles. 200 ranks plus a prestige system. You can have squads to join together to make to upgrade and unlock stuff faster. You can construct and destroy fortifications.
Which is
there's
awesome.
Local, squad, and team voice that you can use. There's 8 game modes. 4 of them are core game modes. Oh, and by the way, there's 39 weapons.
39?
39 as of today. There are 39
And
weapons.
they're probably, and like the thing is, wasn't this game developed by like 3 people?
Yeah, it was pretty small. Oh, and there's 17 maps.
Yeah, and so what is the peak concurrent player count? I want to do a little bit of math and try to figure out. And Steam takes like what, 30%? I'm just gonna throw out a guesstimation without accounting for the Steam cut. 15 times. I think it was like 80,000 current concurrent players was their peak. So that's over $1 million they've made. As 3 people.
All right. Here, Ryan. Battlefield 2042 only has 22 weapons. according to a quick Google search from March. And maps. How many maps are there?
Like 6?
7 maps.
Yeah.
So, this game for $15, you get 10 more maps and 17 more weapons, and there's 5 more to be released when they get out of early access. Plus, there's going to be a Milsum mode, new vehicles, new game modes, new gadgets, and I think 5 more maps on release.
Yeah, well, so I will play a little bit of devil's advocate for EA and say that the graphical fidelity of BattleBit compared to Battlefield is drastically different. So that is what now am I excusing EA and fucking DICE for the state of Battlefield right now? No, but at the same time, the game is much more photorealistic than BattleBit. But BattleBit also proves that your game doesn't need to be freaking crazy super RTX ray tracing beautiful to be enjoyed. People care about gameplay more. And people are starting to realize that a lot of the levolution in Battlefield was really just spectacle for a trailer. And when you actually play the game, for the most part, it doesn't really apply. The exception in my book is Battlefield Bad Company 2, because in Bad Company 2, you can actually blow up holes in every building, but you can't do that in 2042.
You can do voxel-based destruction in BattleBit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but even then, like, once you saw it for the 15th time, you're like, building up, now building down. Wow, right? And, like... yeah. Well, wasn't there the big satellite dish in Battlefield 3 that could collapse? That was in 4. Okay, I couldn't. That's right. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but basically circling back to BattleBit, it's proven that you don't have to have all these crazy skill-based matchmaking things to hold players' attention. You don't have to have crazy Levolution spectacles or modern AAA graphics. You just have to have fun gameplay. I mean, look at Only Up as another example. You just go up the whole game. And it's like...
I thought about buying that game, but...
literally just a bunch of Unity assets stacked on top of each other leading up to an elevator. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
It is?
Oh.
Okay, I can play that on the Ally if it's controller supported.
Let's see, what else?
Yeah, but it's like these indie... I feel like we're kind of in an indie game renaissance because a lot of AAA games coming out right now aren't fantastic. And while, you know, we're going to talk about Starfield soon in this episode, I'm excited about Starfield. I'm skeptical at the same time. Yeah. Because, like, you know, the last game that Bethesda put out was Fallout 76. And while I'm excited for Grand Theft Auto 6, the last project that Rockstar put out was Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. Say that 10 times fast. But
Wait, what?
did you not hear about that? Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, the remaster of San Andreas, GTA 3, and Vice City, or whatever.
Oh.
But they sold it. They said it was a remaster. Mm-hmm. I remember playing that on the iPod Touch. Yeah. And consoles.
And they wanted $60 for it?
Yes. It was on the Switch.
It's $30 right now, okay? It's $30 right now. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it had so many
I don't have the
problems.
original.
And so like I see people
I'll go buy a CD.
I see people clowning on Bethesda and like, oh, Starfield's gonna suck because Fallout 76 sucked, and at the same time, like, yay, I'm excited for GTA 6. I'm like, do you remember GTA the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition? Though, do you remember? I remember. Do you remember? Like,
Do you remember? Do you
I
remember the console side of GTA 5?
I remember. Do you remember the PC disc? It was like 7 CDs to play GTA.
I have that.
Why?
Yeah, and the Mafia one. It was 5 discs.
Why?
No,
You don't even have a disc drive.
Dude, they were like $10 at Walmart one day. I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah. I
You
remember.
couldn't just use the discs because it still had Steam DRM.
Do you remember when you would buy a game on like Uplay?
No one cares, Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I'm being talked over. Damn.
No, God, what was I gonna say? Yeah, whatever. I forgot. Brain is mush. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And does it have like art and stuff at least in the book? Like, is there some?
Never. Oh my God! You bought the disc copy of Recore?
I forgot that game existed.
Okay, makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it comes with some cool, like, non-collector's items. A map, a poster, sometimes. Some games had a little trinket in there.
I'm trying to remember what
But-
the last game I bought on disc even was.
Mine was Red Dead Redemption 2 for the PS4.
Actually, I think that's what it was for me as well.
Because it came with my bundle.
Well, yeah, I think mine was RDR2 for the PS4 as well.
Yeah, well,
Well, you still buy CDs. I'm all digital at this point. I have a Series S, PS5 digital, and a PC with no disc drive. I've been all digital for years now. But
well, I take that back. I did buy a game for the Switch, but does that
oh
count? 'Cause
yeah,
it's a
I
cartridge.
bought Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch. Does that?
But does
count?
that count? It's a cartridge.
Yeah, I said disc. So.
That does the same shit. It just downloads to your console.
Dude, okay, Nick and I were talking about how you and him were talking about how fucking consoles should just use their well, like how consoles
Oh yeah,
well
yeah. I
how
remember
the Xbox has that physical like SSD slot. So why do apparently you guys were talking about like why can't game companies sell their games on the cartridges that you slot into the new generation of Xboxes? Like an SSD with a game on it, and you just slap it in there, and then the game files are on the game, and you slap it into your console, and then bam,
Well,
instead of a CD.
What's the common size? Yeah, what's the price of a common game?
Like
$70?
$70. But if it becomes standardized and mass produced, the price will go down.
Have you looked at the price of, say, like an 80 gig SSD? How cheap they are?
Once again, if it
True.
becomes standardized and mass produced, it'll be cheaper.
No, those can also be SATA. if I recall, on the Xbox. Those can be SATA.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on the PS5.
Yeah, that is the PS5.
The Xbox can take a SATA connection.
Yeah,
Because the actual people sell adapters, so you don't have to buy the outrageously priced expansion
and on the
that
PS5
can run SATA and NVMe.
you can put your PS4 games on just a standard external hard drive on the PS5 and just play them off that. That's what I do. I've got a 2 terabyte external drive, and I have all of my PS4 games. Because, like, the PS5 has, like, no games. There's no... There's God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West,
Spooderman,
Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, but, like, the exclusives this generation have been weak. There's, like, 4 on the Xbox and, like, 5 on the PS5. Like, specifically for this current generation. And I don't... This is, like, the slowest, like... exclusive stack I've ever seen. But speaking of the PS5, have your mom? I don't know.
I have to leave.
It's Sunday. The liquor stores are
Here,
closed.
y'all keep
I
that
need a
going
bleep.
on. I'm gonna go grab a soda.
Okay. Yeah, that's coming to Xbox, but yeah. Well, so I want to talk about something real quick first, and I want Kyle to come back for this. But Final Fantasy 16 is supposedly overheating PS5s. I personally haven't seen gameplay of the game. Is it like visually stunning, or does it look like 15? Because 15 was a pretty game, but it was nothing crazy. Kyle, what is that? My VR controller that you're holding?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I want to talk about that real quick. So I was playing a game in VR called Blade and Sorcery, and in that game, if you like drop your sword or something, you can go physically pick it up, or you can like kind of use the force. And the action to do that with the Valve Index controllers is to open your hand, point at what you want, close your hand, and then hold the trigger, and it'll bring that item to you. I squeezed the controller too hard.
And
I
yeah, look what he did to it.
I squeezed the controller too hard. And I squeezed it so hard that the trigger stopped clicking properly because I had a little bit to drink, and I had been playing Blade and Sorcery for like
He went like
and I had been playing for like an hour, and I downloaded a Star Wars mod, so I was like using the Force, reaching for a lightsaber while Darth Vader was like coming at me full speed. I'm like fuck, and I squeezed the controller too hard, and I heard a little snap. That was the plastic tab falling off, and then the trigger didn't click in properly. And fun fact, it's also the same one Jacob smacked against a wall when I first bought it. The day I got my Index controllers, Jacob was playing a game called Gorn, which is like a gladiator game, Gorn, by the way, and he punched a wall with the controller and like left.
Oh yeah, that explains this giant white stripe right here.
Yeah, that paint.
and this one's worse. It has like scratch marks. You can see it in the reflection.
Yeah, I mean, I've had those controllers for 2 years. I've had these controllers for 2 years, and
no clicks.
Okay, at the same time, how much VR do you play compared to me? I have over 1,000 hours in Steam VR now. Like, I play a lot of VR.
I don't know. And somehow you managed this as well. You split the base open.
I might just buy a backup pair of controllers. You know, with the payout. Yeah, with the payout from the ROG Ally video, I'll just buy new.
No, the fact that you play so much.
I play
that
VR
the
like every day.
joysticks are losing their texture.
Yeah, I play like every day.
Here, let me go grab my pair.
I spent money on a VR headset, and 90% of people who buy VR headsets just throw them in the closet and never use them except for like at party. I play every day. I'm going to get my money worth exactly.
I've got like $500 worth of VR controllers on my desk right
and
now.
you don't play?
No, and that's only 2 pairs.
Oh, don't,
Yours and mine.
can I buy your index controllers off you?
No.
He never plays.
Let's see if the camera can pick up the texture on which one's mine. This one.
You have a blur setting turned on. That's kind of interfering.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know, but you have no texture on the thumbstick
Oops.
or the touchpad. Yes, ma'am. Or the grip. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that damage.
You mean
Are
come
you going
right?
down on me? What?
Come right to Louisiana. It's not down. Down still Texas.
No, it is down from us.
Well, okay. I don't know what part of Louisiana. Don't dox yourself. I don't know what part of Louisiana you're in. So, I guess it's right
I do,
and
but
down.
I'll say the closest area. He's about 50 miles east of... No. Cry about it.
Vertical mount. Okay.
Cry about it. 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 Because it's not optimized. Nope. I'm going pro gamer.
Are you putting on all four control?
Let's go!
All you need to do is like get your headset on. It's just like do this. Yeah, it broke. I'm ready, player one.
I got 6 depth of field on my hands.
Bro's casually holding $1,000 worth of VR controller.
Get off my hand.
Yeah, so let's yeah, so the last thing that I personally want to talk about is actually, well, there's one thing we can do first. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is supposedly getting a remake, which is really funny to me because Skull and Bones, yeah, so is Red Dead Redemption 1, but the Assassin's Creed Black Flag one is so funny to me because Ubisoft created Skull and Bones, which is in development purgatory at this point, to be like a spiritual pirate succession to Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but they cannot get that game out the door, and they are now supposedly pulling developers from that project onto an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake.
Hey guys, we're not going to change the pace of work, but here's a different game.
Well,
Uses the same assets.
no, it's a lot of people wanted a sequel to Black Flag or a remake. Most fans, including myself, who love Black Flag, it's one of my top 5 favorite games. I did not want Skull and Bones because it's just a shit fight.
Skull and Bones.
Think Sea of Thieves, but it's just like ship, like boat PvP. You can't even get off your ship. You can't board other ships.
It's
War,
like our sponsor. No.
our sponsor, War Thunder, but with pirates. They said it. They did say it. They haven't shown it. The game's in development purgatory. Like, I would. I would love.
I would.
Okay, you go first. Sorry.
No, with the Tale of Black Flag being remade, why don't they just remake Brotherhood?
It wasn't as popular.
No, just the Ezio trilogy. I wasn't a fan of the first one, but the Ezio trilogy.
Well,
They didn't recreate it.
the remaster of Assassin's Creed 3 was so unbelievably bad. I don't know if y'all remember that. It looked exactly the same. Like they did nothing. But I think they added a little bit of post-processing effects and like remaster, yay, go buy $60. Like
Far Cry 2 remaster.
I would love to see, because I didn't really get a chance to play these games when they were out because I was a little too young. That the Crysis games already got remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, huh? Like I remember playing that remaster like 2 years ago. But dude, it would be really awesome if Halo 1 and 2 got a remake. And maybe they bundled all the games together in like a Master Chief collection or
leave
something.
this call.
No, but seriously, the games that I want to see remade,
idiots.
and actual remakes, because I was a little too young to play them when they came out, are Oblivion, Morrowind, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas. I have tried to play those 4 games because they were a lot of people's favorite games of those franchises, but I can't get into it just because of how poorly they've aged. So
I'm making Caleb's life difficult.
But yeah, those are the 4, and maybe Halo 3. Halo 3 never got the remaster treatment. That would be cool.
Ryan, that blinking light on your door is irritating me.
Oh yes, the nano leafs. They're plugged in. They're just not on.
No, what if they remake Skyrim?
So I would much rather have Elder Scrolls 6 at this point. That game's probably not coming out until, by the way, like if you've been following the Microsoft legal battle with Sony or whatever, which this will actually bridge us nicely into the last topic, but Elder Scrolls 6 isn't projected to launch until like 2028. What is the math on that? The Skyrim came out in 2011. The Skyrim came out in 2011.
Well, you gotta specify. You gotta specify which Skyrim.
That is a 17-year delta between Skyrim and Elder Scrolls. 17 years.
Hey, remember.
They also did Fallout 76, and then they also
ESO.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But at the same time, like at that rate, and there's been an interview going out with Todd Howard. He said that the Elder Scrolls 6 might be the last game he does. Because think about it, the man's like 50-something, and by the time that one comes out, he'll be almost 60. He's probably going to retire. So the Elder Scrolls 6 might be the last game Todd Howard directs. Now, he wants to do Fallout 5, but Fallout 5 won't be out till like this time next decade, maybe 2033. I'm sorry, no. What is that? No, that's not 20. Yeah, no, it is 2033. Yeah, English.
Hey, you want to see
I'm
something
tired.
funny? You want to see something funny? Look at my camera. There we go.
What happened?
I just got a lot brighter. My monitor went to sleep. Hey, fuck you.
Hey, it's nice to have somebody who can keep themselves entertained.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little retarded.
I'm kind of retarded.
Putting chemicals in the water to make the fucking frogs
Turn
gay.
the freaking frogs gay. No, okay, but yeah, talking about frogs being gay, Starfield was supposedly going to be purchased by Sony as an exclusive for console rights, just like Ghostwire Tokyo was. And Phil Spencer heard about this and said, buy ZeniMax.
I never played Ghostwire Tokyo. Is it good?
The game is painfully mediocre from everything that I've heard. It's pretty, but it's really short. You can chew through the game super fast, and there's like no replay value. I've heard it might be worth it on sale, and hey, the summer sale's going on right now, which, by the way, if you didn't know,
it was
Steam Summer
included in Humble Bundle for this month, if I recall.
Oh, so is it in your library then?
Let me go check if it was. I can just grab the key real quick if it is. Humble Bundle. Yeah, it's for June 2023. Select games.
Is the game not? Oh, yeah, it's on sale right now. It is 60% off. It's $23.99.
Oh, I got to log in. And
oh, wow. All the reviews are not recommended. Story is really weird. Did not make sense for me.
Well, luckily I got it for like $3.
Yeah. But I just find it super ironic that Sony fanboys are complaining about Starfield being exclusive to Xbox, but Sony was going to pay for the exclusive rights to Starfield on console for at least a year. And so, like, I think console fanboys and like Sony versus PlayStation or Sony versus PlayStation, Sony versus Xbox is stupid. But like, Sony has enough good exclusives, and I know the difference between Sony and Microsoft is Sony's actually like developing and creating these studios that make fantastic games, and Microsoft is just buying studios. But at the same time, Microsoft has the money to buy studios, right? Like, Sony doesn't have that kind of money.
Bingo.
Yeah, ZeniMax. What? So if the Activision Blizzard deal falls through, what other company do you think Microsoft will go after? Because they've made it clear that they're not done acquiring studios, even after Activision Blizzard. They still want more. Wasn't Take-Two on that? Yeah, imagine if Grand Theft Auto became exclusive to Xbox, man. Oh. Well,
oh, I believe it.
the casual gamer. Yeah. Yeah, so I have some friends who game, but they don't game like we do. They play like 5 things: Minecraft, NBA 2K, Madden, Grand Theft Auto, and Call of Duty. That's it.
Sounds like an Xbox player.
But that could be the case on Xbox or PlayStation, right? Like, most gamers buy a console, buy 5 games, and invest all their time into those games, right? Because, like, with me, I want to play a new game every month or whatever, whenever there's something new and cool to play, and if I can snag it, I'll snag it. But most people want to just invest all their time into one game, because, like, why would I go play another one if I haven't done everything in this one? Well, I haven't unlocked all the guns. I haven't maxed prestige or whatever. And if you only play one game exclusively, you do develop skill for that one game, and you get pretty good at it. If you play 20 different games, it's hard to be consistently good at all 20 to the level you would be good at just one. Kind of. Like, Overwatch is technically an FPS, but the gameplay of Overwatch compared to Call of Duty is very different.
Caleb, do you have Deathloop?
I have Deathloop.
Oh, okay.
Deathloop.
No, I was making sure. 'Cause I knew you were talking about
Juliana
it.
has joined the call.
What?
Yeah. Remember, you could get raided by Juliana in Deathloop?
Oh, yeah.
I
I want to get back into playing it.
I think
just
the last time I
because.
played it, I was streaming back when I used to stream, and I got called out for hacking because I nailed a Juliana in the face from super far away. And then he went back and he went into my stream to talk shit because I had my name as TTV Cousin McCreed. And then he came back and he's like, okay, maybe I was being a dick. I'm sorry. That was a good shot. Like, he joined chat, talked shit for like 5 minutes, left, came back and apologized. Like, that was my bad for real. That was a good shot. I'm like, oh.
No, I'm just looking at my my games that I have on here, and Deathloop was one of them. I was like, I'll gift it to you. Yeah, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of games that I already own, so I just have extra keys for.
Yeah, no, but
Like Death Stranding Director's Cut.
yeah, he gave me Hellblade randomly.
Yeah, I did.
Of Death Stranding? Oh, Deathloop.
Mm.
But you can't... Oh, that's right. You can specifically invade friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We gotta play that.
We also need to do more 6 Days in Fallujah and BattleBit.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think this episode's kind of ended. We're just talking about games we want to play now. But, yeah, no, there's been a lot of stuff going on from the Microsoft court case with Sony, revealing a lot of inner workings of both of those companies. And, like, how... Did you see that Sony's CEO said we'll be fine if the Activision Blizzard deal goes through in an internal email? despite him saying like, "Oh no, but if Call it's gonna end PlayStation," and like they were complaining about how, but Xbox might make exclusive skins. I'm sorry, didn't Sony get like all DLC a month early on PlayStation 4 for COD, and they're just acting like that never happened? Huh?
Well, it was a contract that they had.
Yeah.
They got a 2-week access to everything.
Yeah, Sony can't afford to flat out buy the studio, but they will damn well flat out buy the rights to exclusive content for popular games for at least a year, which is so ironic to me. Like, if they had the money to buy the studio, they'd buy the studio, but they don't.
Hey, you want to talk about a game that's really good?
Minecraft.
Sleeping Dogs.
I've never played it.
I gotta replay it because I played it. I'm reinstalling it. Last time I played it was on my Xbox. I know.
Is it on Game Pass?
Ryan, it's $3 right now.
Okay, but if it's on Game Pass, I would still rather not spend that $3. I'm gonna check.
If it's not on Game Pass, I mean, shit. Ooh.
The Just Cause 4 Stinky don't like. The tornado trailer got me. I'm like, oh, you could just get into a tornado and fly. That's so cool. And then I did it once. I'm like, huh, that was fun, I guess. Like, mm-hmm. Do you have Just Cause 3 on PC? Multiplayer mod, install that. We can play that together. Multiplayer mod's on Steam.
Which one?
Just Cause 3 multiplayer mod.
Oh, yeah. I saw Jake was playing it yesterday.
Jake was playing Just Cause 3 multiplayer? Wow.
Uh-huh.
He wearing.
No.
The funny thing is, when we went out, Jake was wearing khakis. He was wearing khakis and a Hawaiian shirt.
The Jake. Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think Caleb has any idea. I think that video got deleted, by the way. A couple of my YouTube videos got like blocked worldwide, and I think that was one of them on Casanova Creek. I don't upload to that channel because I'm never gonna monetize it, even though I can, because it's got over 1,000 subscribers. After my why games shouldn't be $70 rant, my 343 Industries needs to go video, and modern AAA gaming is a joke. Those 3 videos got me up to 1,000 subs on Casanova Creed. But because I have so many guitar covers, as soon as I monetize, I'll be striked down into oblivion, so I'm just not going to bother.
Oblivion, you say? No.
Stop! You have violated the law!
Ryan, did you see if it was on Game Pass?
It's not on Game Pass on PC.
Here. I don't know if this key still works.
Ayo?
I found it from 2018 on my account.
Okay, I'll try it.
Just give it a shot, see if it works. I don't know if it's been used before. No, fuck you. Daddy. No.
I will leave you two. Hold on, say that again.
No. What the hell is even...
I got the sound on my Discord sound. The viewers won't be able to hear it because it's Discord, not through my mic, but I have it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Doggy Kyle, more like doggy style. Let's go. Free real estate. this isn't TeamSpeak, huh?